7 years ago, on a battlefield, I lost what I believed in. Each time I went into battle, another piece of my soul died. I'm the mere shell of a man now, nothing more than a killing machine.
Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. Ooh, I've been wanting to play this for such a long time. Silent Bomber on the original PlayStation. First released in Japan in October of 1999. We in the States and in Europe didn't get it until the start of the new millennium. 2000, if y'all don't know the answer to that. But anyways, Silent Bomber for the original PlayStation, developed by Cyber Connect, which that should be a familiar developing company, because later on they would rebrand themselves as, well, Cyber Connect 2. Yeah. Again, if you don't know who they were the ones that developed most of the Naruto Ultimate Ninja games, even the current ones, Dragon Ball Z, Kakarot, you know. Alright, so yeah, you're wondering why it says Bandai 1999. Well, as I mentioned, it first came out in Japan, well, in October of 1999. Alright, so let's take a look at the button configurations. Alright, so what was my first experience with it? Well, 3 letters. OPM. Official PlayStation Magazine. Back then, if you were to head to your favorite bookstores or supermarkets, you would see the PlayStation Magazine that had that were wrapped in plastic because of one reason. It came with a demo disc with it, and believe me, there have been some people foolishly would just rip open the plastic and get that disc and just, 5-finger discount, that kind of thing. It was the 90s back then, but well. Alright, so bomb set is for the square button to make them explode, is with the triangle button. Circle is for your special bombs, which we will get later on. X is to jump, and L1 and R1 is to switch between your special weapons. Alright. I guess without further ado, let's get started. Making sure that there's subtitles. And my vibration on the control is fine. Oh dear. One moment, please. So yeah, since I am using my my 8BitDo Pro, I keep forgetting that I also use this same controller for my Chromebook whenever I try out some games via there. So the controller is on Android mode. So how do I do it? First off, yeah, and you will hear the thing. Before you plug in the control, if you want to go to Android mode, you hold B and you plug it in. If you want to go to basically PC mode, you hold the X button and then plug it in. And then it'll be back to how it once was. Now I can feel the vibration on the controller. All right. Okay, let's get started here. VR Arena, we'll get to that later. Basically at the finale. This game is basically 14 levels long, so I don't think this is going to be a long LP. I'll see what I can do to make it all the way to 14. I'll probably do at least 3 to 4 levels, because if I did two, if I did 7 levels at a time, I don't know how long it's going to take. Alright, So let's begin a new game. Okay, so if you want to hear the story from the beginning, you have to do the tutorial level. Otherwise, if you otherwise, if you don't want to hear the beginning prologue, then just skip to opening, and it'll take you directly to the first level of the game. But since I want to hear the whole story, we're gonna begin at the tutorial level. All right. So without further ado, cutscene time. I will be right back.
Back then, the battlefield was all I knew of the world. And the voice that issued orders to me, was the only thing I could believe in.
Yuta, come in.
This is Utah. I'm ready for my instructions.
Very well. This will be your first taste of real battle. Fulfill this mission and prove to me that your training has paid off.
I'll give it everything I got.
Alright, so we are in control of Juta, or his full name, Juta Fate. So again, my first experience with this game was via a demo, and this was how the demo started. Now, here's what maybe that may surprise you. If you were playing the demo, you were via the PlayStation Magazine. In actuality, you were playing a Japanese demo of this game. So the voice acting of it was in Japanese. Same with the subtitles. So you wouldn't understand a word of what they were saying. So yeah, basically, the whole demo of this game is an import in a way. All right, so if you want, you're able to use the D-pad to move around, or the analog. It's up to you. Press X to jump, but there will be a dash jump later in the tutorial. So. Alright, so let's move forward, and I'll be right back.
First, remove any obstacles that stand in the way of the squads coming up behind you. Then, plant a bomb on the marked area.
Alright, so we go up to the target, press square button.
Now stay clear of the blast radius.
He's not joking. If you're too close, you will take damage. So back away, and then hit the triangle.
Good work.
Alright, let's move forward. Yeah, one other thing, you can walk through the flames, but don't stay there too long, because you will take damage. Light damage, by the way. Alright, let's continue on. Yeah, by the way, there's no manual camera movement, so there's no way of changing the cameras.
Now this time you'll use a stack to blow it up.
Stack?
A technique employing multiple explosives to increase the blast. When you set it, hit the button twice.
Alright.
Then put some distance between you and the bombs.
Yeah. Distance. Because I'm stuck. Alright.
There. That'll do it.
Alright, let's move forward.
Careful, Utah. There's an enemy unit approaching from up ahead. Engage them with the add-on equipment we airdropped. Destroy the container and retrieve the lock-on unit.
Alright, hit towards the box. Blow it up. And here we have our...
Enemy at close range!
Okay, listen. I'll explain how to use the lock-on unit. First, hold down the set button and call up your sight. Fix the enemy in your sight and lock on. Now let up on the button. You've just planted a bomb on the enemy. Hit the detonator button. Well done. Pick up the material dropped by the enemy.
Alright, so yeah.
What you have there is a highly volatile liquid. Using this in conjunction with your bombs will result in more powerful and deadly explosions. Look at the window located to the side of your life gauge. Note that napalm is currently selected. Push the button and try using it.
Alright, so to activate your special weapon, basically it's the same thing as a bomb, but instead of using square, you use circle, and then you're able to detonate it the same way as any other bomb, triangle.
That's enough. When you've obtained various types of liquid, you can switch among them with the Item Select button. Just don't forget that these are exhaustible items.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pick up more along the way. It could be pickups from enemies, or like boxes and containers, like the one we picked up for the lock-on unit. So, or it could be anywhere. Oop. There we go. Trying to see if there's any other like spare stuff. I haven't played this in a long time, so.
Eliminate this final obstacle on your own.
Yeah, this one's like very, very resilient. So you're gonna have to use a lot of bombs for this.
All right, go on ahead. We've detected another enemy group. It's a large one this time. If you quickly push the jump button twice, it will activate your burst drive. Put it to good use and make your way through their attack.
Understood.
Oh my goodness, that was close. Alright, so now while you're jumping, if you hit the jump button a second time, you'll do what's called a burst dash. So you're able to see if I can find anything here before taking down these helicopters. Aha! More napalm liquid. Alright, and more. I forgot what's like the maximum you're able to carry. Oop, I got hit. Alright. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Let's take out these choppers now. Ow. Ah, yeah. Alright, that's one. Oop. Let's take them out. Yeah, thankfully your health, well, like you yourself are resilient. All right, we have our boss battle now. This big tank. I'm gonna save these napalms for. Whoop. Or I guess I can show like how powerful they can really be. Yeah, as long as they're within the flames, the damage it does. As long as they're in the flame. Alright, we're gonna take out these. We're gonna take out the tank. It's already like halfway. Ooh. Ow, that really hurts. Also keep in mind, although this game is rated T for teen, like Snatcher, viewer discretion is still advised. More on that later. Alright, final two, and that is it!
What's this place?
It's an enemy stronghold. Burn down the entire installation.
Roger. Those are... But I thought there were soldiers in here. These people are civilians.
Calm down, Utah. Burn everything to the ground.
But...
That's an order.
Understood, sir. Every day I awaken from the same nightmare. 7 years have passed, yet I'm still torturing myself.
Utah? Utah! Are you there? You did set the autopilot, right?
Yeah,
Then get down here to the lander.
I try to forget the nightmare by continuing to fight, as I'm doing today.
We'll be in Dante's security zone soon. Friend or foe is FOF. Our ship will transmit this code to get past their sensors, then 6 assault teams will infiltrate.
Providing we can get that close, of course.
Our codes are flawless.
If we can really trust these codes, shouldn't they have sent in a crack military unit or something? Don't you think, Utah?
My only duty is to destroy my designated target. I'm concerned with nothing else.
Boy, you just can't wait to start blowing things up, huh? Get this straight. We're here to save Hornet. Safeguarding our planet is the objective.
Excuse me. So we're merely pawns in some elaborate game that will determine the fate of the world, is that it? Then which player is going to be fortunate enough to checkmate fate, I wonder?
We are entering Dante's security zone. Transmit access codes.
I'm getting us out of here!
Assault teams, launch capsules.
I've lost attitude control. I'll try for a belly landing.
Utah! Utah! Come in, Utah!
I am reporting no damage to E-Unit. Now commencing the operation.
Ah!
We're in trouble, Aubrey! Everybody's getting shot down!
But how did they see through our dummy codes?
Don't waste time worrying about that. Give me instructions. That is what you're here for.
Yes, I know! Assault teams, destroy all anti-aircraft weaponry!
Acknowledged.
Alright, so we begin Mission 1. The raid operation has failed. Every time a cannon fires, another one of our landers is blown to pieces. If this keeps up, the assault team will be wiped out. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with me today? But anyways, so our mission: destroy all anti-craft batteries. Also, you may have noticed a change in voice. Well, not a change in voice, but a change of attitude within Juta. Well, because of what happened 7 years ago, basically what we went through just earlier, he rid himself of all of his emotions. So now, basically, in the words of Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's more machine now than man. So, kinda in a way, but alright, so let's begin.
There's an E-chip, an E-unit power-up, hidden in that box located in front of you. Destroy the box and get the E-chip.
Alright. Blow it up. And thus we have our E-chip. We'll get to that explanation at the end of the part. Excuse me. I have something in my throat. Alright, anyways, let's continue on here. Oop. Get that. Better get rid of these generators because they'll keep bringing out an unlimited supply of those robotic enemies. So, alright, so if you were playing the demo of this is the last stage you'll do for this demo, by the way. That's it. Come on. Gotcha. Yeah, blow those up because, wow.
The beam gate has generators on either side. Destroy them.
You got it. Let's take them all out. All you need is just to take out one. The other doesn't matter, but if you want the points, well, that's up to you. I don't think that there's anything for high score, so.
The target ought to be designated with a marker.
Alright. So yeah, we have 11. Alright, so we have 11 targets to deal with. Oop, close call there. And again, I get this sense of deja vu again. If you recall my LP of Ghostbusters, the video game, you may have noticed that that only in the in-game cutscenes there's subtitles. However, in the movie cuts, well, in the FMV cutscenes, there's no subtitles. Why? Why do that? Well, I mean, never mind. Let's just continue on. We just nabbed our second E-chip, and now this is our third E-chip. So now our bombs have increased from 2 to 3. But again, I'll explain more on that later. Let's focus on the mission at hand. Ow. Wait for it to come out. Wait for it to come out. Come on. Gotcha. Have another generator here. Because yeah, it's gonna be a pain getting rid of these enemies if they keep coming one after another. I think that's all of them. All right, let's move on. Oh no! Ooh, close call. I needed that for health purposes. Yeah, there are health containers here. Small ones, big ones. Wait. Bam. Kablamo. Alright. So yeah, basically this game is all about blowing stuff up. Alright, there we go. 5 down, 6 more to go. Let's move forward, see if we find any... Oop, I was close there. Thankfully I was able to hang on and then climb back up there. Bam! Gotcha. Get rid of these generators. Boom. Oh, we have our next 2. And bam. Gotcha. Oh, I was kind of hoping it would get 2 targets at once, you know, 2 birds with 1 stone. Oh well. Alright, we have 4 more to go. Take that. And thankfully these things don't hit you. Not unless you let them. Oh yeah, yeah. Alright, we got full health again. Let me get rid of these things last. And booyah!
Looks like all the anti-aircraft weaponry in this area is out of commission. The area designated with a marker is the next place you should go. Follow the marker and proceed ahead.
Alright, we got our next E-chip. Alright. Boss battle time. And it's a big one. Okay. Yeah, I accidentally skipped that little cutscene, but it's just him, well, that thing just, you know, coming out and attacking me. Alright. Stay there and don't move. Yeah, with these kind of bombs, it's easy to... Look at the damage on this thing right now. Since it's at low health, it's gonna go overboard with the missiles and all that. Out of there.
Target has been destroyed.
I haven't been able to raise Benoit. Are you picking him up?
No.
I see. At any rate, let's look for a way in.
Alright. Now, normally, if you were playing the demo, you went to here, and that's it. The demo's over. Mission clear. And yeah, you are given a rank system, and oh, come on. Rank D? You serious? Oh well. Alright, so that is it for our first our introduction and first level. But before I end the part, let's head towards our E unit. Now, notice that we have these E chips that we collect. They will improve a stat depending on how much you have. However, you're able to redistribute the each chip points however you want. So, for example, if you want to use more bombs, you're able to use more bombs, like 3. If you want to increase your shield, your defensive, well, your physical defense, well, you're able to do that. Or if you want to increase your the range of the lock-on for further use, well, that's up to you. I guess for now I'm going to stick with the bombs for now until I get more E-chips. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is save the game. Save game 1. And as you can see, I did do this as a test play. You know, just to get used to the controls. Alright, so we're done here, and I'll call it a part. Next time we continue on with the missions of Juta Fate. So, until then everyone, take care, and God bless. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and share with all your family and friends. If you're enjoying my content, consider subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to click that bell to receive notifications for new videos. Take care, and God bless.